I don't want your help. I just want you to know who I am. This is the last time I will ever ask you for anything. Please read this and seriously think about it. You don't know that in the past few years I was pregnant with triplets and lost them over the course of a month. You don't know that I was raped. I was robbed multiple times of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I was physically abused, cornered, and scared for my life. You don't know that I was illegally made homeless overnight. I have been chased at gunpoint. I have literally had to run as fast as I could for safety more times than I can count on two hands, and that's just to name a few of the obstacles I faced in the recent years. Mia. Did I call you with any of these problems? No. Please don't act like I just run to others for help or expect others to solve my problems. Did you ever have to deal with any of these things? No. Please don't compare our situations or act like you know how I feel. Did I deserve any of those things? No. Please don't act like it's my fault. Did it happen because I'm stupid? No. Please don't treat me like I'm stupid and should have known better. Maybe I was a little trusting and naive at times, that I have been. It's a shame there was no one to protect me or watch out for me. There was no one I could even turn to for advice or guidance. You judge me so unfairly and incorrectly. You don't even know who I am. It's sad. We used to be family. Now I'm treated like a plague, like some contagious disease that you cannot have around. Or like I'm a bad poker hand that you have to cut your losses on because, as you said, I'm a bad investment. Most of the times right before my life crumpled, I had it all by myself 98% of the way, and that 2% I needed help with, that would make it or break it for my life, and time after time I was left hanging. Not only did you and Mom leave me to hang on that 2% of rope, you two also caused my biggest obstacles and left me brokenhearted. As a child, all I wanted was a family. Seriously, I wanted a family so bad. I didn't get one as a child, and you two were the cause of me losing my family as an adult. You gave William to Sam the day you forced me against my will to go to the ER. You might as well have shot me that day, it would have hurt less. Did you care? No. Did you ever apologize? No. Did you realize that if you hadn't done that, I would never have lost William and given Mike joint custody of Lila? Did you know that I didn't feel safe at the log cabin during my divorce, and if I had thought I could turn to you or Mom or someone at that point, I would never have left the log cabin? But someone was messing with my well pump. Someone knocked the pine tree down and blocked the driveway, and there were more reasons for me to be scared. But once again, I found myself alone. You told me my whole life that the log cabin was my home, and that I would inherit it, and I trusted you. I made huge decisions based on that trust. When I was in my late 20s, I had a 720 credit score and enough money saved in my retirement account that I could have bought my own house on a few acres, and if I had known that you would sell the log cabin behind my back, I would have bought my own house. But no, I trusted you, so I put all my resources into your house. You have never been appreciative of the fact that I had a $22,000 credit card bill after my first divorce, all from fixing up your house. We redid all the plumbing. Bought a brand new well pump dugout and laid all new water lines to the house and redid all the plumbing inside. We redid all the electric, even the fuse box, and throughout the house, rebuilt exterior walls, put in new windows, bought all new appliances. The only thing I did not replace was the furnace, but I spent hundreds of dollars of fixing it. I refinished the floors, laid carpet, put up new drywall, painted walls, tiled the shower, put in a new toilet, fixed the roof, dug out the landscaping rocks, and redid the flower beds. I spent every penny I had and every minute God gave me trying to make a home for me and my children. One that I always thought they would inherit. I trusted you and put all my eggs in that basket. I paid that $22,000 credit card bill all by myself before I was 30. Who profited from those improvements? You reaped the rewards of all my hard work. I improved your property value, but you won't even acknowledge my hard work. If I had at any point had a support system / a family that cared, I would not have been subject to a lot of these atrocities. If no one cares about you, you become an even bigger target for predators. I have had men punish me just for not liking them and countless other reasons, none deserved or fair. I have never sold my ass. I have always tried to live a life that is aligned with my morals. I have been exploited and taken advantage of because I'm poor. You try being a small, poor female with no backups. You wouldn't believe how hard life can get. It is still a man's world, and it's a rich man's world. You try reaching out for help time and time again only to not even be heard by anyone, not even your own family. I am not a liar or a thief. I am not a drug addict. I do not sell my ass. I am not lazy. I am not stupid. I am not a bad person, but once you hit hard times, these are the labels you get, even from my own family. Oftentimes I question how smart I am because I might as well become a thief or sell my ass because it would make life easier, but I don't because it goes against my principles. I have lived a life more closely aligned my principles than I see most people doing. Honestly, at the end of it all, if God were going to judge you, and I truly think he would say I tried harder to be a good person than you did. I would never treat my children the way I have been treated. I would never turn my back on them when they needed help. I have been dying, literally dying, to be with my children to help them, and you were the main cause of them not being there, and then after your interference causing Sam to get William, and me clawing my way through that grief and getting back in William's life only to have my mom come into the picture and make it impossible again for me to be in his life. Do you know she has a life insurance policy on me and is the only beneficiary, and do you know that I truly worry that she'd rather have me dead, has tried to kill me, and will again? I worry about that all the time. Do you know what it's like to seriously worry about your parent trying to kill you? She is only nice to me because she is afraid I will press charges against her because she knows I could. Do you know what it's like to be betrayed by those that should love and protect you? My parents and my husband were the ruin of me. I'm appreciative of what you and mom have done for me, but you two shit me down more than you raised me up. At every turn, I have experienced unfounded obstacles. I was even poisoned by my employer. I gave them 100%, and they sent me home a shell of myself to my own children. Time after time, I have been screwed over by the government. I have had all my hard work ruined or stolen. I have grieved the loss of my children. I have trudged on all alone in a world I wasn't prepared for at all. I was better prepared to survive in the woods than in the city. If you had ever been dealt a hand like mine, you might have a little empathy. Luckily, you did not. If I could have said these things to you and been heard, I would not have felt the need to type them. They would have been said, out of me, heard and dealt with since you could not hear me or understand. These feelings and words jumbled around in brain and heart, torturing me internally like additional abuse I experience inside myself. It leaks out in tears, sadness, and bitterness. If I type them and get them out of me and publish them so that maybe someone can hear them, then I can maybe get them out of me and then turn the tide of the bitterness inside. My father's solution, though sweet and nice, listen to bruised orange, was helpful. It was not the entire antidote. It only helped for a small while after all. To be left alone in such a brutal world after a childhood filled with so much beauty left me utterly unprepared for the devastation that ensued. I was your everything. As a kid, I thought I was your sun and moon, and then you were gone. As much as you missed and needed me when I abandoned you to my friends at 14, I needed you more when I was older for sure. I find it so sad that we were each other's best friend for so long, and now we do not even talk. You do not know who I am at all anymore. You think you do. But that's been the problem all along. You think you...
Oh, shit.
Find it so sad that we were each other's best friend for so long, and now we do not even talk. You do not know who I am at all anymore. You think you do. But that's been the problem all along. You think you know me better than I do. You thought you knew what was best for me when I was an adult, and that trumped what I wanted. That's why I lost my son. You cannot admit it, but it is obviously so. There is documentation and evidence to prove it, but even if I put it in front of your face, you still would not admit it and apologize, and that ruined my life. This is the truth. I know you did not mean to ruin my life, and you probably cannot even admit to yourself that you are the reason I lost my son and there lost everything. I could have handled anything but that. Losing my kids killed me. It almost killed two, but you got some more alive by getting remarried. I didn't. Afterwards, I lived for years without love, and it almost killed me. I ran into another horrible relationship hoping for love and safety, only to lose 3 more babies and deal with horrible abuse while being seriously ill. If I had someone to run to when shit hit the fan, I would not have run to men that simply wanted to control and use me for their own pleasure. But when you are running scared and on empty, you are a hugely vulnerable target for sinister men. Don't I know it? I've been spied on, videotaped, trapped, abused. I'm pretty sure I have even been poisoned. You scoff, I'm sure. I can hear it in my head. You do not know, you have not even spent a whole day with me in decades. When I called you and said I was filing for disability, you were incredulous. Get out there and work, you can work. How would you know how sick I was? You hadn't seen me once in years at this point, and yet you thought you knew my own health better than me. Even though I'm hurting inside remembering how disregarded of a human I have become to the one I thought loved me the most. So many times, I was so close to achieving the goal. 1 inch away, $5 away, someone to help hold it up while I mailed the last board. At the finish line, all by myself, just needed a little relay from someone that loves me enough to care to help. And I was left alone as I watched the 98% I struggled to build by myself all come crumbling to the ground again, and my work, my goal, my dreams, my stability, my life, and everything I loved. I watched disappear like this Ina figuratively could have dust that I'm still choking on inside in my cloudy mind that I can. No longer quite see out of clearly because all that I trusted and thought I could depend on was gone, or maybe it was lies and never Tilly there at all. This shook my world and rattled my cage, and I've been a wild girl running blind ever since then, trying to survive and forget the pain. I'd like to give this to you, and maybe you could understand and hear me, and we could make some amends, but I bet what would happen is you would scoff at the ridiculousness and shake your head no. Maybe I'll give it to you anyway, because I do not want to act like you and assume I know how you would think. NTS. One book might be letter like this to all the people who have hurt me and their response. Wondering if maybe Dad thinks he knows me, still BC he spies on me. It wouldn't be the first time he did. I remember when he put up the deer cams at the log cabin, but wouldn't tell me where. Many me have spied on me since some even trapped me to do it. This does not sit well with me for so many reasons.